Macmillan Audio presents Dark Storm Rising, a Kate Burkholder short story by Linda Castillo. Read for you by Kathleen Mcinerney. He parked in the stand of chinkapin oak trees, 50 yards from the mouth of the driveway, and killed the engine. Grabbing the flashlight from the seat pocket, he got out and took in his surroundings. There was no traffic on the main road, no one around. From where he stood, he could hear the crash of the surf from the lake behind the cabin. Above the trees, a yellow half-moon hovered. No need for the flashlight just yet. Using the fob, he popped the trunk and reached inside for his backpack. Hefting the strap over his shoulder, he walked along the road, turned into the lane, and started toward the cabin. The shadows cast by the trees blocked the moonlight, hindering his vision, so he flicked on the flashlight. He knew from his recon excursion that there was no security system and there were no dogs in the area. There were no street lamps or game cams. The tourists liked their privacy, after all, and paid a pretty penny to get away from it all. He slowed to admire the front porch, with its Adirondack chairs and rough-hewn door, as he passed. One of these days, he thought, and continued on, taking the flagstone path around to the rear. He was aware of the lake beyond, restless against the shore. He took the steps to the deck and crossed to the door. Locked, as expected. He glanced around, picked up a clay pot, and broke the glass. A quick reach inside, a flick of the latch, and he was in. Right on schedule. The door opened to a small kitchen. The air smelled of wood smoke and lemon oil. Setting his backpack on the table, he entered the living room with its stone hearth and braided rug. A single bedroom down the hall and to his left. A railed loft overhead. His boots thudded dully against the hardwood floor as he strode to the firewood rack beside the hearth. Bending, he hauled the rack to the center of the room, then used his foot to shove it onto its side. Split logs and kindling scattered. Leaving it, he took the hall to the bedroom. It was a pretty space with Amish set oils on the wall, buggies and farms, and quaint still lifes vacationers gobbled up like candy. A handsome quilt covered the bed. Lamps made of deer antlers rested atop rustic night tables. A bookcase containing dozens of books flanked the interior wall. He strode to the bookcase and, using both hands, pulled it over so that the tomes tumbled to the floor. Back in the living room, he looked around, spotted the magazine rack next to the sofa. He went to it, picked it up, and upended it, watched the magazines scatter atop the firewood. It was the best he could do without things getting too messy. He strode to the kitchen and ransacked the cabinets until he found the items he needed. The skillet was an old thing, discolored from years of use. He set it on the stove and turned the gas burner to high. Digging into his backpack, he pulled out the plastic bottle of cooking oil. He uncapped it and poured half into the skillet. At the window above the sink, he yanked one of the curtain panels off its rod, soaked the fabric with oil, and draped it across the stovetop. Working quickly now, he pulled the roll of paper towels from its holder, set it on a second burner, turned on the flame. The paper grocery bag came next. He set it on the stovetop and watched it catch. Time to go. Picking up his backpack, he slipped the strap over his shoulder and backed away. The orange flames crackled and hissed. Warmth kissed his face, mesmerizing him. For several seconds he watched the flames devour their fuel, climbing up the remaining curtain panel to lick the ceiling like fiery tongues. Well done. Turning, he walked to the door. There was no time to indulge. Still,
Sample complete. Ready to continue?